Hello everyone, the Diversity Visa Lottery DV2022 is going to start from October 7th until November 10th this year 2020. The results will be out on May 8th, 2021, and the people will be starting the process of getting the visa in the fiscal year of 2022, meaning from October 1st, 2021 to September 30th, 2022. So many people want to apply. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the requirement or basic eligibility for someone to be able to apply for the diversity visa lottery. What are the many requirements? So there are two main requirements. There is a requirement about what I can simply say like nationality, whether you qualify coming from a country with a low number of immigration representation here in the United States, or you are also, the other requirement is also if about the issue of work experience and or education. So I will start with education because that is one of the confusion for many people, and then I'll go into the other part, though I will not talk in detail or too much about the eligibility in terms of requirement. One of the requirements which is talking about the nationality or the to find out if you are eligible coming from a country with the low rate of immigration representation here in the United States of America. In case you are coming for the first time, you are in the right place. This is Ernest Boniface Makulilo EBM, and I welcome you to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/EBM Scholars. First thing first, subscribe to my YouTube channel. After that, share this video, like this video, put your comment, answer someone's comment. I will really appreciate all those kind of things you are going to do to my channel and to help others so that they can be able to succeed. So let me go and continue. Okay. I'm starting with the work experience. So as I said, there are two requirements or in terms of eligibility. One is education and or work experience. So the education which is required here is supposed to be minimum of high school. If you have high school education, you are good to go. But if you don't have high school, you need to have at least 2 years of qualifying work experience. So I can read if you want to make sure that you understand it. Each diversity visa applicant must meet the education or work experience requirement of the diversity visa lottery program by having either a high school, at least a high school education or its equivalent, defined as a successful completion of 12 years course of formal elementary and secondary education. That needs to be clarified, that one. On that part, there are some countries they might have different, when we say high school, it is different many years compared to other countries. When they say it is equivalent to 12 years, some countries have been saying the secondary school, primary and secondary school is different. I can give you an example in Kenya. They have 8 years for primary school, if you're not mistaken, and then from there you go for direct high school, which is 4 years, so it goes to 12 years. And that is a new system. Before, I remember back in 80s, Kenya, they had the system like Tanzania or Uganda. So let me give you an example of Tanzania. So Kenya is a typical 12 years, 8 years of primary school, then 4 years of typical high school, or just like a secondary school, which when you join it becomes 12 years, so that is high school. In Tanzania, you do primary school 7 years, then you go to ordinary secondary school or level, whatever you call it, which is 4 years. So if you add 7 plus 4 is already 11 years, and then you go to the advanced secondary school, which is high school now, 2 years. So for that case, it is 13 years instead of 12 years. But the difference is when it comes to Tanzania and Kenya, when you go even to do the university, most of the university program in Tanzania are 3 years. So if you are going for 13 years, you are going to add 3 years of bachelor degree. That makes 16 years. In Kenya, most of the degrees are 4 years, apart from those medical, engineering, whatever. But most of the majority is 4 years. So if you add 4 years into the 12, it's going to be 16. So from primary school to university is almost around 16 years of education, Tanzania and Kenya, despite whether up to finish high school, how many years of formal instruction you are going to have. I believe there are some other countries, they might have 11 years, but that will be equivalent to American education system of high school of 12 years. So you need to have high school that way. But there is a very interesting part when you are feeling about high school or that education. So the first thing, you must have at least high school. But what if you don't have high school? There are so many things. Over there, there is a education level, there is a primary education. Then there is high school, but high school, it is a very confusing one. So there is high school, what we say, high school no degree, high school with a diploma, college, whatever. So I want to clarify some few things on the education part. People can understand about American education system. Most of the African countries, Asian countries, or even Latin America, they have what we call diploma level for education. Meaning some people, they finish high school. After finishing high school, you go to a certain college, you take maybe a certain program, whether it might be nursing, it can be accounting, it can be computer or something, 2 to 3 years, but that is not a degree, it's called a diploma. So you have diploma in accounting, diploma in nursing, diploma in whatever, that is a diploma. And unfortunately, in American education system, we don't have education level, which is called a diploma. And that is a very challenging thing you need to understand. So, the word diploma in American context, I want to make sure you understand a little bit diploma. So, when you go to school, you finish your degree. Once you finish your degree, they'll give you what we call a certificate. I want to find something, if I have a picture or something like that. So, you have two things. One, you have results. When you finish your school, the results. If it's secondary school, we call it result slip. If it is college or university, we call transcript. So you have a transcript or result slip for secondary school. And then we have what is called the certificate, like the piece of big paper, like, okay, Ernest Makulilo has been awarded Bachelor of Political Science from the University of Dar es Salaam with upper second class or lower second class or pass degree with honor, whatever. Boom, the signature of the Vice Chancellor or principal. That is the certificate. That the certificate of completion. You have completed your bachelor degree. You have completed your secondary school. So for secondary school, some people, I don't know about other countries, we call it the leaving certificate. The certificate you are given after leaving your studies. Are we together on that particular point? So that is certificate, not the results. The certificate of living certificate, or what we call the certificate you get after finishing your degree or just diploma. That certificate in American English language is called a diploma. So diploma is not a level of study in American English. Diploma is it means a certificate. So submit your diploma, submit your certificate that you have been awarded Bachelor of Engineering from this particular university. You have been awarded Bachelor of PhD in so and so. That is diploma, which you call a certificate in other countries. So when they say high school, no diploma, means you finish high school, but you don't have the certificate of completion. That is the meaning. High school with a diploma, you have the certificate of completion. But sometimes they say high school with a degree. It's still more confusing. The point is, if you finish high school, you finish and perform. Whether you put high school with a degree, high school with a diploma, it doesn't change much. But if you say high school, no diploma, it means you finish high school. Maybe you didn't get the goodies. I don't know. But I believe every country you have to get it, even if you fail. I don't talk about the results. We are looking about that actual certificate. So that is number one. So diploma is not a level. So what are you going to put? So if you are doing diploma, there are two things you can be able to do. Number one, if you have high school, you finish high school, you put it there. If then you finish high school, you went to do diploma, you can put maybe some college courses, or there is called some university courses in the application form. Why am I saying that way? Because there is university degree, master's or graduate, or PhD, whatever, but there is some university, some graduate. Some university means you are doing some university courses. You are a student at the university. I know some people, when they are a student at the university, they are told, right to your highest level of education, they put high school because they haven't finished the degree. No, your highest level is some university courses. It means you are already university student. Some people, they want to put a university, no diploma. Means you finish but you don't have the diploma. No, just put some university courses that you have pursued some courses at the university level or college level, but you haven't completed. The same way if you have diploma level of your education, as I said, there is no diploma level here, that can be considered as an associate degree in the American education system. Because once you finish high school, you can decide to go to 4-year college, or you can go to 2 years to community college and get what you call associate degree for 2 years, and then you can transfer to go to finish year 3 and year 4 to get a bachelor degree. So in another way, diploma can be considered as a little bit of associate degree. But associate degree, if you have, it means you don't have a degree. So you can put some university or some college courses that mark, you can be able to put that one. And there are some people, there is also, you can take the option, oh, I'm going to put some vocational courses. That means you finish, maybe you didn't finish high school, or you finish high school, then you went to the particular trade school to do VETA, for instance, veterinary vocational education training. There are those like in Tanzania or other countries, they have vocational education centers. You can do those one, you can have some, what we call vocational courses, you can put that way. So that is a part of the education. And then, but if you don't have, they say you need to have at least 2 years of qualifying work experience. They didn't say, listen, if my language is very careful, they say 2 years of qualifying. The key word is qualifying. Because if you have 2 years of work experience, what type of experience, what training do you get in order to have that job? What is the magnitude or the size or the complexity of that particular job you are doing? Let's say you are a chef. Did you go to the culinary school for cooking? If yes, that's good. How long? That's why you want to go to fill the form DS260. They will say if you have this job, the question is, how many years of training do you have? Or do they qualify to get that one? So that's number one. Number two, it can come to look about, okay, this is a work experience, but I'm a chef. Where are you cooking? Are you cooking from a very small one-person only restaurant with 10 customers coming to eat or have breakfast? Or you are cooking at a very, very professional restaurant or 5-star hotel? Where do you cook? Yes, you are working at the salon. Did you go for a training? How big is your salon or where barber shop, whatever? All those kind of things, they matter. But the good thing is, in the DV lottery application form, there is no any place where you are supposed to put your work experience. The only thing you are going to put here is education. The work experience you are going to add when you are going to fill the DS260 after winning. After winning, there is another form you will be filling, the visa form, immigrant visa form number 260. In that form, that's when they want, tell us where actually you worked. But in the DV lottery form, forget about work experience. They don't ask that way. There is no, like, put your work experience here. So you are going to, whether you have primary school, primary, if you have without diploma, but that when they're going to choose to select, they are not going to say, oh, because you have PhD, we are going to select you. They're not going to do that. Everybody will be randomly selected. Once you win, you are going to prove. You might have Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, don't have high school education, but if they apply for the DV lottery, for instance, they decide, they win, they are going to put with the qualifying work experience they have. Yes, they went to academy many years, so that is good training. Yes, they have been playing at the highest level for over 10, 15 years of professional soccer as players. So that is what I want to explain to you. But this is one very important thing you need to understand what they mean. You should not submit an entry to the DV program unless you meet both of these requirements. And again, they want you to have these requirements at the time of applying. Like right now, you need to apply and you have to have those kind of requirements. That's why I tell people, if you don't have a job, even if you have a degree, do volunteering, do something. You never know. At the US Embassy, they might just, okay, maybe you don't have enough work experience. So that is one part. And the smaller part, which I'm going to just quickly highlight, is about the issue of another eligibility, which is a requirement about where you are, which country are you coming from, a native of which particular country. So, excuse me, I'm going to say this is called, you must be requirement, you must be a native of the countries which are historically low rates of immigration to the United States. So if you're coming from those countries, so their list is there. The list of there, like India is not, Bangladesh is not, Pakistan is not. So there are countries they are not allowed to apply. In Africa, it's only one country, Nigeria. I'll talk about the travel ban and whether you're allowed to apply or not. But basically, only one country is not allowed to apply, is Nigeria, because it is already have high with high historical high number of rates of immigrants here in the United States. So, but what if you are coming from Nigeria, but basically you are a citizen of Nigeria, but you are born in Kenya? You are allowed to apply. It says this way. So if you're born in another country, or let's say you are Nigerian, but you are married to someone from Ghana, you can apply and the eligibility will be based on your spouse. So are you, if is your spouse a native of a country which has historically low rates of immigration to the United States? If yes, you can claim your spouse's country of birth, provided that you and your spouse are named on the selected entry and found eligible and issued the diversity visa and enter into the United States simultaneously. So you can claim your eligibility on another country. I can give you an example. Let's say another trick. For instance, if you're Tanzanian, and Tanzania is on the travel ban, your wife is Ugandan, you can apply based on the eligibility of your spouse who is Ugandan to avoid any travel ban, whether if you win. Or that is number one. Another two is this way. Are you a native of a country that does not have historically low rates of immigration to the United States, but in which you were either for your parents was illegally born? So for instance, like if my father was born in another country which is eligible, but now is back in another country, and you were born in that country while your father was resident over there, you are allowed also to apply. So those are some of the, just a few things, but they don't come to, if you have the specific concern about that, it's okay, just ask me, I'll be able to clarify. But basically, if you are born in a country which is eligible, your eligibility is based on your native country where you are born. But there are other things which can add it to you if you are eligible to apply or not. So those are the few things about eligibility in order to apply. Rule number one, regulation number one is about education and or work experience. But they don't want to put work experience right now at the time of applying. Is just education. 2 is about the issue about the native, or where are you from, basically where were you born. That is also going to matter in this one. So thank you so much, and I wish you all the best, everyone. And this is EBM. Remember to subscribe before you go away and share these videos to others. I don't want people to win and don't get given the visa because of these mistakes. So thank you, everyone, and goodbye.